Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to After Dark. You know me, it's Ray the Rich. With me, I got my brother Tony, my brother Philip, my brother Dundee. What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
I think this is the first time I've ever heard you use my complete full name.
Right, right.
Like,
Threw the
oh, we
whole
be.
government
I know
out,
this is
right?
live, but we being recorded. Yeah, you
Uh,
working for the government, motherfucker?
right, right. That's fucking hilarious, dude. So what's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Could you imagine Rich working for the government, walking in, socks all high? What's
The
up,
part
fuckers?
is I could.
What's up, fuckers? What we working on today?
What up, Dubs?
Dubs,
Dubs,
talk
Dubs,
to us.
what up,
Talk
Vince?
to us. Talk to us, man. I know it. I know it's gonna be the lead, man. You know, we gotta talk some football. You know, before the shenanigans really take off.
Right.
And I must admit, I got caught up with KC's game and Philly's game today with a lot of the playoffs. It's been a lot of as you guys know, I do the combat sports as well, so that's been kind of taking my attention. But I'm ready to talk about this pigskin.
Yes, sir. What's up, Q? How you living?
Yeah, my week's been pretty cool. Vince just been chilling.
Hell yeah, man. You know what? The biggest thing I got from today is there was some teams that just wasn't ready. Like they was ready to make the dance, but they wasn't ready to do anything in the dance. You mean like Jacksonville? They should have won that game. I'm sorry. Like I understand that KC is the big bad wolf. You mean, and everybody's scared of it. You mean, but come on, bro. You
know, KC.
You got to strike while the iron's hot. You mean?
Tired, and they let him freaking still cross the finish line.
Yeah.
And Rich, you heard me earlier, like, you know, just basically calling out, like, you know, hey, it's kind of obvious they're going to Kelsey right here, you know.
Right.
Why doesn't anybody have any hands on him? Why is he getting a free release? But, you know, it's a broken record when it comes to playing the Chiefs.
Those pick plays.
Yeah.
Them fucking tunnel screens and shit, right?
A lot of those pick plays did free him up, though, especially on the goal line. It was like, you know, at first, that's what I felt. I was like, hold on, how was Kelsey getting loose like that? And then I see the play
That's what he does.
but at the same time, it was very, very, very well orchestrated, very well executed on the receiver's part. I mean, he practically blocked 3 people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That part.
And you know, it's kind of funny because the first play of the game that Kansas City ran on offense kind of set the tone and kind of let me know like how this game is going to be played. And they ran an option play, and I want to say Walker had a shot at, you know, really like, you know, hitting Mahomes, but he kept on like, you know, debating and guessing with his eyes, like, is he going to keep it? Is he going to give it? Is he going to keep it? Is he going to give it? So, you know, Mahomes did what he normally does. Like, hey, all right, here you go. Since you're undecisive, there you go. Pitch is out of my hand. And, like, you know, they got like 9 yards on that play. I'm like, oh, ain't nobody going to put any kind of lick on him. It's going to be a long game for Jacksonville.
And they did.
We've seen them do it to us, right?
They did that part for all purposes. They got him out the game. You know, we should say long enough to take advantage of it, and that didn't happen.
Nope, because Chad Henne came in there and took Kansas City down 98 yards. Like, they did not skip a beat.
How you let Chad Henne do that to you, bro? That's all I gotta say.
Well, then you start to ask, you know, okay, wait a minute, wait. All right, is this just the I just hate to fucking say this out of my fucking mouth, but is this just the perfect marriage of quarterback to coach? You know what I mean? Like, it's like you can't for Henne, you could say he could, you know, that could have been coach scripted very well for him. You know what I mean? That could have been more of a coach's influence than his talent. But when you add Mahomes in the fact in that equation, it's as as Filthy Phil would have said earlier, it's unfair.
Filthy Phil.
Hey,
Hey, but hey, we have to also fucking sit there and realize too that Patrick Mahomes bails Andy Reid out a lot by unscripted play. You know that whole
the
backyard football that they
improvisation.
run.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
And how much would you say? How much? What percent of plays would you say are unscripted to scripted? In a drive, at least maybe half
65
a pass play.
scripted, 65 scripted, 35 unscripted.
Yeah. That's 35 is a lot, because those are usually backbreakers.
Bruh,
Mhm.
how many times did we see this dude just drop a sinker? You know what I mean? A sinker. You know what I mean? With the fucking football. Like, what the fuck is going on here, bro?
Did you
Like,
see the
come on now.
sidearm pass that fool threw? Bro, I was like, oh my god!
Or
Like,
the no looks, right?
it's like, man. It's like, man, Jason Kidd played quarterback. It's like,
That's exactly
man.
what it is, man.
Nah, it's even it's not it ain't even Jason Kidd level. This shit is Magic Johnson level, fool. I mean, and I hate to give this guy that kind of respect, but you gotta give it to him. You mean
He
like,
earned it.
yeah, he's earned it. Like he's done what he had to do. I mean,
And Kansas City's at that they're in that space where they can wait for you to make the mistake. Now, you know what I mean?
right.
They don't. It's like they're not really banging against the wall and pushing through. They're just playing. They're just being steady and waiting for you to not convert or this and that. And once you give the ball back, it's like okay, we're either going 10 down or 14 down.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Hey, but at the same time though, I kind of see and I hate to fucking say this, bro. I see the Kansas City Chiefs at the same point where late 80s, early 90s fucking 49ers.
Yep.
They're a part of the conversation no matter what.
They don't have that. I don't think they have that legendary defense, but
no, but
offensively, yeah.
they got some offense you can't stop. Fuck your legendary defense.
Mm.
You mean like I'm like
It's
best,
more like
defense is always what?
It's
Your
more like
offense,
the greatest show on turf.
Right?
It's just, but it's kind of weird. It's a little bit more weird because Marshall Faulk was the feature. Well, I don't know. What would y'all say? Because they had Isaac Bruce and they had Torrey Holt at the same time.
Ricky Pro. Ricky, hey, bro. Because you remember anytime they needed something really, really big, who was it? It was Ricky Pro. Deep as fuck because they forgot about the slow ass white.
That offense was so fun to watch, though, man, because they just kept on pushing everything down the field.
Yes.
They didn't care how long it took.
Second and third level all day long.
Yeah. We're talking about the Rams, right? Right? Yeah, and they had screenplays out the ass, middle screen, left screen, right screen, like, and then Falk would get that's why his carries look so efficient. I think because it was just kind of like they could spread the ball so well, and then then it's like, oh yeah, Marshall does run.
Well, not only that, but because of Marshall Faulk lining up at receiver, you had to play a lot more nickel before it was even a trend.
Yeah,
you know I mean?
Yeah. I remember that
because you have to be able to match up with them outside. So after that, you mean like your box was light. You mean they'd come downhill on you. I mean, greatest show on turf. That was great offensive execution. You mean, and that defense wasn't that great. It wasn't.
Oh,
but
not at all.
But the offense supported that defense. You mean kept them off the field and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't strand them on the field.
I mean, it made it. I think it made a Pro Bowl out of Archuleta.
Right? Didn't come to the Raiders, and we're like, what the fuck did we just get? Right? No, he went to Washington first, right?
Yeah.
He went to Washington first, and he was like ass cheeks, and then he came over here, and he was like, right?
And then back then they still had, we still had 250-pound running backs. I mean, linebackers and shit. Ray was different. That's running 4.3, 4.4, 250. Some
Linebackers
he was made in
safeties right now, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. He was made in a lab. That dude was made in a lab somewhere.
Hey, but Ray could bring it though. I mean, not only can he bring it, but he can also, cover, sideline to sideline that.
I was watching
to have a wrestling background though. I don't care what anybody says. As a football player, having a wrestling background will help you a long way.
Telling you,
right?
Leverage and everything. I was watching film with my sons about how to watch film because they are. I'm proud of them. They're playing for Bishop Gorman's junior squad. They were national champs last year, so they're come up in the right pedigree. But we're watching on how to watch film, and it was him. It was a short video with him and Ed Reed, and the thing about their defense was that the practices, the meeting rooms, that they were not, it was no joke. It was like every said he would stop film sessions if he saw that nobody was taking notes. And I mean, it was that serious. It was that serious. Like, how is y'all not taking notes? Like, and their their motto was, you could fool us once, but you can't fool us twice. And the way Lewis showed a play, exactly what they were talking about, where they're so well studied. We oftentimes we throw out the mystique of that Ravens defense, just to prove a point about something. But what really went into that is it's a very disciplined thing that we're not sure if other teams are really connected like this on defense. But there was a play where he was running a slant. Well, they were running a slant and they got it from underneath. They got it from underneath Ray. And so the next play, they ran it again from the other side, and Ray Lewis picked it off for a pick six. And because I told you, he was trusting, what he's seen and trusted what he saw on the film. And you add that, like I said, with already the physical, monstrosity that he is already, and things like that. And that defense, man, it may not be a lot of credit given to how they studied and what that meant for them on the field and communication.
Right.
Absolutely. And any word or a word of advice to all high schoolers that are trying to watch football or try to play football. The film room will be your best friend. All the stuff on the field is basically a translation of your study habits of your opponent. If you cannot find the tendencies of your opponent, then you're doing something wrong. All right. All their tendencies are on film. And you got to take advantage of that.
You got to trust it too. You got to trust, you got to trust it because, once, like he said, you'll see it and they'll go right back to it. He said, trust me, they'll go right back to it. And that's the opportunity where you make them pay. So definitely best defense of our lifetime. I mean, some of us are kind of old enough to kind of understand what the '85 Bears is doing. Rich, I'm not gonna say names, Rich, but
hey, but I look good for my age, though. You know what I'm saying? I look good for my age. Hey, my mustache got less grays than yours, fool. That's all I gotta
Yo,
say.
hey, look,
Yeah,
hey,
that's all I gotta say, doggy.
I got no gray here, man.
Yeah, that's a damn lie, bro.
Not yet, man. But as the old folks say, keep living,
Right?
keep
Just keep living, right?
living. But no, definitely top three defense that we could say we witnessed in our lifetime.
Shit. I think I was I was like 7 or 8 in '85. Because I remember when they did win the '85 Bears did win the Super Bowl. I mean, Walter Payton was everywhere, bro. Everywhere.
But that 46 defense was just smothering. It was like
Oh, for sure.
smothering.
All right, let me ask some questions real quick.
Shoot it.
With the Raiders not having a quarterback on their roster, I mean, technically they do, but we all know they really don't, right?
Without having a starter, you could say that.
Fuck, we ain't even got a backup.
What
is your guys' thoughts on this situation? What is your answers for the situation? How do you correct the situation? What is your guys' thoughts in Mick Ziegler's next steps? I just want to know.
We'll start with you, Dundee, and then we'll work our way down. We'll go clockwise. At least that's
All
what
right,
it's like.
so I've talked about this. I thought about it a lot. I heard a lot of people's opinions. Like my whole thing right now with the whole quarterback situation is that, free agency. My focus is on Tom Brady. I would like to bring him in. I'd like to have him in as our quarterback come the start of the new league year. With that said, if Tom Brady is our quarterback, I would like to also have the opportunity to groom a quarterback behind him. There is the option of having Stidham, re-sign with them, and it'd be, Tom and Stidham at a discount price than just having Derek Carr as your starting quarterback. And then there's also the option of drafting a quarterback, depending on if you're any draft capital for trading Derek Carr. But, that's yet to be seen right now. So those are like my two options that I have in mind right now. But I would like to go through, having Tom Brady, Tom Terrific, come in and kind of, have the plans aligned for the Raiders just one time.
Just one time? Just a one
If
hitter
we could get it for 2 years, that'd be great. But, just one time for now. Like, let's just see how it is. I'm pretty sure he'll do fine in the system and stuff as a 46-year-old. But, honestly, like right now, Tom's proven to me that, even at his age, the guy is out here and he's a machine, And if you just have address the team around him and stuff, he should be at least be able to get the team into the playoffs.
Okay.
So that's my point of view.
What's up, Truly?
Okay, I just have to make sure I wrote a couple things down. For how I see it, we're in a good or a bad situation. We can totally fuck this up, or
the Raiders did that shit a lot. Let's be honest. We fucked up a lot of shit
because we're in a very, 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 very different situation than we normally are when we're in need of a quarterback, where the team is built to where if we plug in, we say a Tom Brady, this team can play up to its potential, and all the while still get our quarterback of the future. So it's a very different situation for the Raiders than usual. Usually we're just bad all over, and we're trying to find a quarterback to start this franchise off on the right foot and build around that quarterback, where things are built right now for a quarterback to come in and take this and do what this team is supposed to have done. That said, also with with Tom Brady being a guy that can come in and teach this way of football. A rookie can't a competent rookie can't come in and learn this offense from the book, right? But then there's there's something to be said about learning to be a pro, and the mentality that you need for your team so your team will want um, to run through a wall for you. And Tom Brady exhibits that when they talk about in Hondo's article, we talked about how Tom Brady is a guy that puts so much pressure on himself, so much. He holds himself so accountable. He's so hard on himself that when he talks to you, you respond. You respond in a way that's healthy because you know that he expects that much more of him than what he's even telling you. It actually feels like he's just asking you for a favor. Can you do me a favor? Can you run this? That's how it may come out different, but you know what I mean. But you know how much
Tom ain't asking you for no fucking favor. He's telling you what the fuck to do.
Well, no, but listen,
he's jumping in your ass. Tell the truth
listen,
now.
I get it.
Come on now.
I get it. But even when he's on your ass, he's on his own ass even more. You know what I mean? So you kind of you respond to it like, that's the least I can do. For a man that's headbutting locker room doors, who knows? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Right. When he's not playing well. I mean, there's somebody put a video out today on Twitter where it had O'Brien going at Tom Brady. They were going at each other, and guess what? They were winning
contest, right?
And they were winning. Look. But they were winning. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right?
They were winning. And that goes to the method that McDaniels is trying to install in his team when he talked about that Kansas City game not being good enough.
Hey, but to your point about that video though, Tony, did you hear the comment that Tom had? That he was in the beginning of the video. He's like, I should have never yelled at the receiver like that because it wasn't his fault.
Mm.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
all right, Robinson, you've had the third pass inside the paint. Can you dunk this home? Can you? I mean, you've had 2 alley-oops. What's up?
No, I want to shoot it from the half court line.
This motherfucker. I forgot you just so bad. Just so bad.
From 40.
But there's no free throw. It's good.
Right?
Hey, Phil's just going to throw it up and do a Steph Curry and walk away knowing that it's going in.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. He won't even look at it. He's not going to even look at it going. He's going to turn around. Right. He's going to turn around. Shimmy.
Yeah.
Hit the shimmy on that ass one time. What was the question?
About the quarterback situation with the Raiders. I mean, what is your thoughts and what is the progress that the Raiders can make this offseason, being that we don't even have a quarterback. Technically we do, but really realistically we don't have a quarterback on this fucking roster, literally.
Re-signing Stidham should be the number one priority, and I know that sounds kind of crazy, especially when you're looking for a starter. But regardless, if you land Tom Brady or whomever it is that you're going to bring in, you're going to need to have a guy who knows this system, and nobody knows this system right now better than Stidham or Mac Jones. Could they trade and bring in Mac Jones to be a Raider? I mean, I'd rather they didn't, but if they did, I would understand it, and that would probably be the better trade move. But what are you going to end up having to give up? Because it would make me sick to give up a first to New England for Mac Jones.
Right?
That would be a tough pill to swallow. I'd be like, y'all need to go ahead and draft CJ Stroud or somebody else. That we're just not going to do this.
Give up the next 3. I don't give a shit. Do what you got to do. Bring me Bryce. Bring me CJ.
Yeah,
not this shit.
And to Robinson's point, like, is New England going to do do us any favors? Do our front office any favor? McDaniels any favors? I don't think so.
But to keep it all the way 100 and stay current with the day's events. Initially, I had my own healthy speculation on what was going on with the situation with Derek Carr and the Raiders potentially trading him, but having done my due diligence and investigating, um, it is looking as though there are teams that are genuinely showing interest in trading for him, and much like everybody said, oh, he should have this great market. Well, apparently now that some teams have been getting some word from their players about the possibilities of what may or may not happen, we'll call it. They're now starting to prepare for those eventualities.
Do you think? Do you guys think that?
Go ahead, Tom.
Do you guys think that Carr would have any? Would cause any teams to kind of like react to other teams being interested in him?
I think you go. So here's the situation. Let's keep it gangster. Carr plays quarterback. Any team that is looking for Carr is a team that needs a quarterback. And
Right.
when you have a quarterback, you're able to identify all the other issues on your team. When you don't have a quarterback, you think you have all those other issues identified until you find out that you got a couple more that you didn't know you had.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, but not only that, I mean, it's just the thirst, bro. I mean, dude, look, no matter what we think about Derek or whatever, dude, there are teams out there just thirsty for a quarterback. You got the New York Jets who think, well, if we get somebody halfway decent, we can make the playoffs. There's a lot of teams out there who just they don't want to win a Super Bowl. They just want to go to the playoffs. You know what I mean? So those are the teams. Hey, all you need is one, right? Just one.
Yeah.
Willing to give up a first. So, my whole thing is like, if they can trade them, get a first or 2 seconds, I'm with all that.
But
they're not even looking for that at this point. From what I heard, they're looking for whatever they can get.
Wow.
But with that said, even though Derek does have the cards in his hands of what teams he would like to choose, it's within that broader spectrum though of teams that he has to kind of let the team know, and the Raiders have to get those 3 teams or 4 teams to kind of start getting into a bidding war, right? So they could try to leverage that first round pick, correct?
That, or they can do like the Texans did, say, look, this is the bare minimum we need for the trade, and y'all work that out amongst yourselves. I mean, they can very well just do that themselves. So I mean,
they don't have that luxury. They got to get it. They got to get it done in terms of timing. And remember, this is a trade. This is a trade that's counting against the 2023 season before the 2022 year officially ends. Well, it'll be immediately after, but before it can officially be made official.
Okay.
Right.
By at least a month.
Right. And I'm assuming Carr is just not gonna push that deadline back. He's basically telling them they have.
Oh no.
Oh
no.
He's like, get it done.
This is the saltiest vato you ever gonna meet, bro. hey, this fool, he's a saltine. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, he ain't doing none of that, bro. But you know what? Hold on. Now, I got to throw this caveat out there because me, Tone, basically all of us here, we've talked about this. If you can bring, if a guy like Aaron Rodgers gets like released, and you can bring him in, right? Would you not trade back and pick up like an Anthony Richardson because of his upside? Because I think out of all the quarterbacks coming out this year, he is nowhere close as good as them. But I think with some seasoning, some garlic, some onion powder, you know what I mean? A little sea salt, some pepper.
Yeah.
I think this dude could be better than all of them. He has the potential to be better than all of them.
I think it comes down to the word. I think it comes down to time, right? Like, how much
You
time?
definitely gonna pay him for 2 years to not do shit.
Well, yeah, but it's yeah. So I mean, you have to know that you have time with the stopgap quarterback, enough time for him to develop. You know, like I said earlier, we're in a very peculiar situation because we could actually be grooming a quarterback in a successful time, at a successful time. I mean, whether it's Brady, whether it's Rodgers, whatever, just for the sake of conversation on that.
Right.
Whatever veteran that can take this offense as is, you know, and play up to the level that we believe that it can be. This quarterback is going to be learning under some very good circumstances, hopefully. So it's a matter of time. If it's a 1 year situation, do you go get Stroud because Stroud will probably be ready more right away than Richardson? Or if you got time with either one of these quarterbacks, you can go Richardson and give him enough time to get up to where he can be the potential that some people believe he can be.
Now question. I'm gonna ask you guys all this. Do you think it's gonna take 2 years for Richardson, or do you think it may take 1 year for Richardson?
I'm gonna throw behind the back pass to one of you guys on that one.
How many years has Richardson been a starter in Florida?
One. He's got a whole lot of Mitch Trubisky vibes going on.
Okay.
So maybe it's gonna take some time, man. Like, yeah, definitely not someone you want to have, like, throw into the ring.
2 years. Excuse me, 2 years. My
2
bad.
years. Why don't Hayes?
I think in general, I think you just got to give him 2 years, man. I don't think it's just a 1 year thing sitting behind like a veteran quarterback. Like, I think it's, the more time he sits behind a veteran quarterback, the more time he can pick up on the leadership traits as well as the system, because like we said, the bridge quarterback that we're trying to bring in is someone that we are looking to just basically guide us into the future. So.
Dubs,
shoot it.
I love you so much, but you know how many teams are going to trade all their best players to get Caleb Williams the same way they did for Trevor Lawrence. I'm sorry, whoever's at number 1 next year, dude, they are not giving up that pick. Just like the Jags were not giving up Trevor Lawrence.
No,
I wish. Come on, bro. I wish.
Now the Raiders of old would have probably been in that situation where we could see them being bad for 2 years straight and be in a situation where they could be that team, but hopefully not. They couldn't. They absolutely shouldn't be. Oh yeah. So yeah, Hayes, exactly. Me and Hayes are, we all are saying the same thing, that this bridge quarterback, is only only going to be expected to be here for so long. So whoever's going to be ready when that quarterback is calls it a day, that's who we should be looking for.
Yeah, I was gonna say for Richardson, he's gonna need at least 1 year to get acclimate, get mechanically ready to play at the NFL level, and then another year to fully master the offense.
Okay.
2 years.
At least another year under his belt before he gets far enough in the system with comfort and familiarity to be able to make a serious impact moving forward. But I look at everybody is really high on some of these guys that I got to be honest, I just don't see it. Richardson, you look at Florida, they were 6-6 this year. I don't know how we're talking about drafting him in the first round as raw as he is. Is he talented? Yes, but he's very, very raw. And as everybody seems to be in agreement, he's going to take 2 years he's a project. So that instantly should qualify him for the 4th or 5th round. Just because you don't expect him to be able to play for 2 years.
Right. So instantly that dude's a second round draft pick, right? Or at least should be, right?
He should be later than that. If he's not gonna start this year, he's got no business in the first or second round. If you expect him to challenge for some PT, like be a depth piece and move around, now you're talking about 3rd or 4th. But in his case, you're talking about a guy who's going to be sitting for 2 years. There's no need to draft him anywhere earlier than the 5th or 6th round. Otherwise, you're wasting a pick.
True that. Mm-hmm. I mean, because the bulk of your roster is built where the 3rd and 4th rounds, right?
Yeah.
Hold on.
No.
All right.
That's what I'm going to tell you. He's ready to step on in.
About time.
Woo! Mexico, baby.
What's up, Dave?
Hey, I cashed both my parlays tonight. I'm feeling great.
That's funny because every time I give you money for a parlay, there's never no cashing.
Cookies back.
Hey, but I'm happy for you, brother. I'm happy for you, though.
Tone, did you see your boy fight?
I'm on here, man, doing my job, man. But don't tell me anything. I'm just gonna go watch it right after we're done with this.
Bro,
relax. You got that look on your face like I'm gonna be happy, so I'm already happy.
Let's just say Brazil wasn't happy because they was throwing shit.
Oh, really?
Cade's been in the green room.
Can I just fucking spill it, bro?
Go ahead.
Moreno beat the brakes off that boy.
My guy. When he said Mexico.
Hey, it was a doctor stoppage, bro.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
He beat him so bad, bro. His eye was swollen shut, bro. He couldn't even see. They were like, hey, what number am I holding up? This motherfucker put up a 1. Figure eight, it was like 3.
Oh, my God. He lost. Okay. Yeah, so he lost on medical professional recommendations.
That boy's being concussed.
Yo, look, he said, look, it's not even fair to let you fight. You can't even see him correctly. Yo, what the left eye?
I think so. I mean, Moreno beat him at everything in the whole entire fight, bro. Striking, pieced him up, grappling, handled his ass. It wasn't, bro. Moreno showed that he put the levels on boy tonight.
Whatever he served, whatever he wanted on the menu, he put it on the table for him. He served it.
Bro, I told everyone all week.
If he wanted some ground game, he got ground beef.
It's like, bro, I got told all week by all these Figueiredo fans that they're in Brazil. I said, just because they're in Brazil don't mean he can't get his ass whooped.
They're breathing the same air. Bro, that's not my check. That's my guy. I guess I gotta get me a Moreno poster that kind of like the one that you're not. We can't.
Hold on, bro.
I like how you downloaded that real quick, bro.
Hey, you're not gonna sit there and my Gaethje shit and then start getting that shit with Moreno.
I just wanted to say, where's Gaethje at, man? I just wanted. I was used to seeing Gaethje in the back. That's all.
He's in my room.
Yo, man.
Hmm.
Okay, here we go. Let's get to these comments, man. Oh yeah. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Bo and Mr. Allen. Marcus, as we like to call him around,
Yeah,
our circles, right? Robinson,
yeah. Those of us who are familiar with him.
yeah, those are familiar with Miss.
These are the guys I grew up on, man. Like being
Yeah,
out here in Southern California and stuff. So
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, I couldn't even not like him in that god awful Kansas City uni because he was just cashing checks. That's what his job was. They get to the goal line, he's gonna get that tug. He's gonna cash that check.
Got to.
Hey, bro, there will be no Marcus Allen slander around here. That's all I gotta
ever,
say, bro.
ever. I don't
Never.
care what anybody
No
got.
Marcus Allen. Oh, hold on, truly. Hold on. Let me get my cam back on real quick. Look into my eyes.
Hey,
No
hey, Tone.
Marcus Allen slander.
Hey, and nobody even sees you, bud.
Hey, running with the night. You know what I mean? That's bro. When they say running with the night, you only think of one person, right? Marcus Allen, right? And that cutback, right?
Yeah.
Come on now. There'll be no Marcus Allen slander. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send you USC fucking Marcus Allen bobblehead.
Oh.
Just to punish you for it. You know what I mean?
I need to come up with the bar bet for tonight. So we're gonna introduce something called a bar bet. Basically, this is going to be a trivia question that will not be very, very easy. Even if you went to your Google, you're going to have to really do some deep dive and research. We'll do that next week if that's okay with you, Rich. To start the bar bet. At some point, maybe we'll do some giveaways or something like that because this is going to really make you have to dig deep into your Raider history, present, past, whatever. But it definitely won't be easy.
Shoot it. What's the bar bet?
I gotta work on it, man, because I got some ideas, man. I don't want to put them out there, so we'll put them out. I'll be ready next week.
Oh, I thought you was ready, man. Come on.
No,
now.
no. It just hit me like, oh man, we didn't get the bar bet done. But next week for sure. Next week for sure.
So I mean all Monday, Tuesday, I got to figure out something for the bar bet.
Or I can do it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I ain't tripping, dude. I'm ready.
Well, we'll talk about how we'll go about doing it. Because trust me, this won't be. Believe me, you like I said, you could, even if you tried to Google it and get it first, you're gonna have to do some. You have to do some digging for these.
Right. Like some old Marv Hubbard type shit. You know what I mean? Right?
Man, you have to know. You probably have to know an excerpt from the old book from Bo Knows. You feel me? Remember that book, Bo Knows? Remember that?
Wow.
You might have to know something that was on page 34.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Who knows? You know what I mean?
Wow. Try to make me feel old, huh? Don't trip when I jump off the bed, fool. I feel old. Don't trip. I'm there. You know what I'm saying?
Dundee over there playing like he don't know what I'm talking. We don't know what we're talking about. You know that book.
Hey, Matt, dude, I've been up since fucking 2:30 this morning, bro. I got me a nice little cat nap. You know what I mean? Just passed out somewhere. But fuck, man, I'm almost done with all this weekend work. Oh man, it's such a beautiful thing. You mean like I got one more week of this shit. I'm done. Loving it. Loving it. Yes, sir. What the fuck is Fox TV doing, dude? It's like a bunch of Karens getting beat up by fucking McDonald's workers and shit.
Man, those videos is killing me because like I think I saw one where the lady was mad because they were out of something. Like it's
Bro, you
like
don't try to mob on Popeye's chicken, people, fool. What's wrong with you? You could get fucked up, dog.
people started real wars over that, in the streets. Like, hey, it's like, hey, I know where you're from. You feel me? Just 'cause you work here at Popeye, I'm gonna catch you slipping over the sandwich.
Right?
Get me?
I can't lie. When that motherfucking sandwich came out, that was a bad motherfucker, though, right?
Hey, this is how people are reacting. I didn't want to eat it. I still never ate it to this day.
Oh, you
Really?
stupid fool.
I swear to God,
Hey.
I have no reason. I can lie about a whole bunch of shit. I have no reason to lie about this.
You should have
I thought
treated
something was wrong
yourself.
with that. I thought something was wrong with it because how people was acting. I was like, I don't want none of that.
The shit was fire. And it was like $3.50, some shit like that.
People about to die for that shit, though.
Why you think motherfuckers are trying to stab each other over that shit?
That's what I'm saying, man. You
fucking $3.50 for a bomb-ass chicken sandwich, shit.
You know what else does that to people? Crack.
Crack chicken.
A little bit. It's a little bit like crack chicken. Sprinkle on top, right?
Oh, you crazy, Joe Rogan.
Right.
Whatever they put in that thing, man.
Hey, what the fuck happened to Kate Money?
He ghosted us. Went out the back door on the disappearing act.
Right, Jones.
Yeah, man.
Showed up, said a few words, showed his face.
Yeah, he did the Russell Simmons from Def Jam, benediction.
Right, showed up, gave somebody a hug, and rolled the fuck out.
Thank y'all for coming.
And this fool was in the green room forever, though. You hear me?
Yeah, man.
Text talk about let me in.
Eating fruit and shit.
Right? Fruit roll-ups and shit.
Fruit basket. Nice basket for him in the green room.
Right?
Yeah. What can you do, man? These celebrities, man. What can you do?
Hey, if it was my green room, there was nothing but rubber tortillas, you mean? Them all day.
I'll still be back there then. That was okay.
Hey, gotta do what you gotta do.
Oh man. All right, so defense.
Hell no. Hell no.
I came to some kind of an but I don't even know what word to use, but
a conclusion.
Well, I mean, does your defensive backfield have to be great if your front seven is good?
No.
Or even your D line.
If you have a great D line, they work hand in hand. I mean, you got to cover for 2 to 3 seconds.
So with your type of defensive backs, if you know your D line is great, let's say your front seven is great, and you're getting this pressure, amongst the top. You're amongst the top and getting pressure. Do you
top
get
5 in pressure?
Yeah.
Right?
Do you start to look at defensive backs that are more opportunists than more guys that are reading? You know what I mean? Guys that are straight jack artists that opportunists. Because they have the instinct to
big, long, strong,
gamblers. Would you get a gambling DB because of if you have a great front seven?
Right. Definitely, because you know what you need. I'm sorry. My biggest basis on a fucking defense, I don't give a fuck what defense you have, dude.
No.
If you don't have fast linebackers, the reason why the Legion of Boom worked was because of speed at linebacker. Speed at linebacker, 2000 Ravens. Speed at linebacker for the 85 Bears. Every great defense remember Tampa Bay's defense. Speed at linebacker. Okay, dude, I love the front and the backside, but I'm sorry, dude. The middle is the most important thing. And everybody talks so much shit about how bad the Raiders defense has been. Guess what? We haven't selected anybody high since who? Khalil?
Yep.
Khalil Mack.
Well,
9
technically, you
years
got
ago.
Arnett at 19, 21, somewhere
No,
around there.
no,
Then
no,
you
but I'm
got.
talking about that linebacker.
Oh no.
Well, you got.
I mean, the next
got the
highest
law
linebacker is
firm,
Tanner
what,
Muse.
second and third
Tanner
round, right?
fucking Muse. Tanner
Yeah, the
Muse
law
is the
firm
next
of
highest linebacker
Morrison
drafted.
and shoot, what's his name?
I like Christian Gonzalez. I truly do like Christian Gonzalez. I want the Raiders to draft a fucking linebacker, a good linebacker. I mean, you can't have a fast, physical defense unless they can come downhill on you. Guess who comes downhill on you? The fucking linebackers. The Raiders need to draft linebackers. They need speed at linebackers. They need speed, toughness, and durability. And matter of fact, just people coming up with fucking hatred ass shit on the field. That's what they need.
I was gonna say, I really would like to see the defensive line really get bolstered up. I understand, the very,
Give me a
very
second, guys.
the very, very importance of the linebacker position. But often, there's going to be more times than not than they're in coverage, and we need to go get that quarterback. We need to get the ball carrier, as quickly as soon as possible. So that's why I asked that question for you guys and Dundee and Rob. You guys didn't get a chance to answer as far as we mentioned our need, but I mean the makeup of the defense. What should be the best part of the defense?
Linebackers, they've got the most ground to cover. They've got to do the most. They got to stop the run. They got to stop tight ends. Keep an eye on the quarterback. Keep him in the pocket.
Run support.
They got to do a lot, and they got to be fast enough to be able to run with some of the faster guys. They got to be able to be big enough to run with some of the bigger guys too. So, I mean, you think about it, they're constantly set up to in a mismatch on defense, and yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at with that.
Linebackers should be our bread and butter. I got you. That's right. Where you at, Dundee, on that on the makeup of what should be the calling card of our defense?
Oh, that one is easy.
I agree with Phil that linebackers is the most critical position that we need to address probably on this team.
Okay.
But my overall philosophy when it comes to defense is that you have to establish the trenches. And I think it's important because you got to be able to control and manage the line of scrimmage and stuff, because that's how you are able to dictate the pocket for the QB and stuff. So your linebackers can make those moves to cover tight ends and running backs out of the backfield, or even hit those gaps to even blitz a quarterback. But I think specifically for this year, just like Phil said, it's like you have to find some linebackers that can get out there and do all that stuff, because as much as we all love and appreciate Denzel Perryman, his durability is always a big concern. And then on top of that, like when it comes to the passing game, it always seems like he's like a step behind and stuff, He doesn't have the best ball skills, even though, this year he's been, he got 2 interceptions and stuff like that. But you want consistency out of that position and stuff. And I think you do have to start young. You can't get any undrafted free agents to just step in there and kind of, try to rank amongst the top 15 at linebacker and stuff. So you definitely need to probably double dip and get a couple linebackers in this draft. And along with that, probably pull a linebacker or two off of free agency and stuff too, to kind of have to mentor, similar to the QB position, like to bridge that gap. Because moving forward, the Chiefs are the Chiefs, and we have to catch up to their standards. So we got to move quick.
They are the gold standard, if we like it or not.
Yeah,
we like it or not.
We as an organization have to build and build quickly with a sense of urgency to even try to threaten the Chiefs moving forward. So those two positions, quarterback and linebacker, are like the two most important positions this offseason that need to be addressed.
And let's face it, like the biggest detriment to our defense this year was that we had what 6th, 7th string fucking linebackers on our team. I mean, like
going up against Kelsey and stuff in the middle, or Kittle.
Right. Actually, I'm gonna say this out loud, and I know everybody's gonna get mad at me for saying this, but I actually liked, especially the second Kansas City game. I liked how Merrick played against Kelsey. I think he played rather well.
Okay. Do you think that the linebackers that we need, that will fill those gaps, that will fill that need, are there and are better than perhaps a defensive lineman that can change the game as well from that position, from the trenches?
Well, I just spoke to somebody who just did some film on this. Robinson, would you like to elaborate on that? I guess he's on mute.
It's like saying ta-da, but the magic trick don't happen.
Right? No rabbits came out of the ass or nothing. Just like, fuck, dude. What do you do now?
No,
Get your ass back on, fucker.
What we do with number 7, or what draft compensation we're able to get back. There are linebackers to get had, in the mid to late round, or mid to late first round, or even the early second. I've been keen lately to Drew Sanders out of Arkansas. I like his game. He's a tall, fast moving linebacker that runs downhill and really will lay a pop on you and stuff like that. And then I also like Trent Simpson out of.
But is he a safety though? That's my only question. Is he more of a safety though?
Well, he was a defensive end at Alabama.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yep.
Did not know that.
And then there's Trent Simpson out of Clemson. Another very unique looking linebacker and stuff who looks like he could, play the pass, but also come downhill and, lay the wood on somebody as well. Those are the two linebackers that I see right now that could be worthy of first round, selection for the Raiders, depending on what happens with that 7th round pick. And
I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing there because of the how versatile that Ziegler and this coaching staff have expressed to us that they was just kind of players they want. You see the defense. You see the former defensive end that can play linebacker. We're looking at 34 type of guy.
Right.
Yeah, but here's another thing though too. People want the most recent big thing, the Micah Parsons, right? Micah Parsons ain't nothing but Khalil Mack, Von Miller. I mean, just the next version of, right? So
I think that's where
I'm not sure. I'm not sure that Sanders could live up to that though. Do you think he could rush the passer on third down every third down and be effective?
don't know, to be honest with you. Like what Michael Parsons was able to do, or what he's been able to do since he got into the league.
or Khalil or
Yeah.
Von Miller, because
Like
he's
I
in
don't
the
think
same elk, right?
no. But I think like these guys could be more, like your true linebackers and stuff, like weak side and stuff like that can play against like a tight end, in the passing game.
Mm.
Okay.
But you're also looking at it probably from the way this coaching staff and front office is looking at it. That's a versatile type of player, right? A guy that can
Right.
he can put his hands in the dirt or he can stand up. He can cover. He can rush. He can stop the run.
But you also need him to, because think about it, in the division that we're in, there's tight ends in here that are able to have their way against the Raiders defense and stuff, and we have to like stop the bleeding, soon.
At some
Because
point.
even though
At some point.
Travis Kelce, he's getting older, he's still able to get like today he had 14 catches.
And they're scheming for him now. He's not just lining up and just beating guys. They're scheming for him now at this point.
Yeah, so I want linebackers that cover the tight end.
The sad part about Travis Kelce, right, came in the league getting punked by Seawood, right? After that, he was solid.
Mm-hmm.
After that, he was solid. His only kryptonite was who? Seawood. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. That's the only person he. Fuck, dude. Like, I remember Seawood stripping him of the ball, and we won the game. We were like, hell yeah! It was like after that, he had no more boogeyman, right?
Well, it'll be interesting. And it'll be interesting to see, like, okay, we get that linebacker, and we get the defensive back, move Hobbs back on the inside, and on some of those pick plays and things where they're scheming Kelce to get open, Hobbs can be somebody who can pick him up in some of those situations.
No, Hobbs ain't picking shit up, fool. Hobbs needs to.
Well, again, but look, if you look at the play they ran on the goal,
I don't want.
A lot of pick plays involved,
man.
But a lot of these pick plays, the linebacker can't get there, and it's just the defensive back that's out there, that can it's actually close enough to make a play on those plays. So they in some of those plays they eliminate the linebacker from even being able to even cover Kelce.
Again, I think Trayvon Merrick did really, really good covering fucking the first game. Yeah, he gave up 4 touchdowns. Yeah, 2 of them were completely on him. But I mean, he had 25 yards in the whole game. The last game, he had a stellar game either, though. You know what I mean, I think Trayvon Moore. I think they.
However, whoever it'll definitely be more defensive backs taking Kelce in a lot more situations than we think the linebacker would.
Well, remember they put Morrig at strong safety after fucking they kicked Abrams off the team, right? And it seems like that's more of his, in this system, his natural position. You know what I mean? So instead of free safety. So honestly, I would love to see maybe Hobbs go to free safety. He's great in zone coverages. You know what I mean? He's good on the line of scrimmage, and he's good in the slot. Does that not scream free safety?
I mean, can you say it louder? Where you at, Dundee? where you at on how schematically in the way the Kelce is used now? Does it really put more? It really has more pressure on the DBs and linebackers in terms of covering these tight ends.
To game plan against Kelce, it's not that hard, man. You need to jam him at the line of scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
I was calling the defense. I'm like, oh, look, the ball's about to go to Kelce right now. Hey, look, the ball just went to Kelce right now on a rub route. Hey, the ball's about to go to Kelce right now. Oh, look, another rub route. Hey, look, screen to Kelce. It's not that hard, man. The whole thing is you just you need a safety, like 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 maybe when you play against the Chiefs, you add an extra safety down in the box and stuff, just to kind of just shadow Kelsey and stuff. And any opportunity you have within 5 yards, put your hands on it, because when Bruce Irvin did it, man, it was
Paul
the
Mel.
greatest. Yeah, it worked out so perfect. He like Travis Kelsey was getting flustered and all that jazz. But ever since then, no one's done it. I'm like, why is everybody afraid to jam a receiver or a tight end at the line of scrimmage? Like you're gonna throw off the rhythm of the quarterback because he thinks his receiver's gonna get there on time. No, make it difficult.
Hold on. Only caveat I have to say about that is, who was the quarterback at the time?
Houdini.
Hey, it wasn't Houdini. It was Alex Smith.
It was Alex Smith.
But let me ask Hayes something. He's talking about Brian Branch. So in that case, is do we kind of look at how Rich laid it out, where Morick was better at strong. Do you put where do you put a Brian Branch, and then do you keep Hobbs inside? How do you play that? How do you play that under that situation?
No, I would put Hobbs at free safety, and anytime you want to run a big nickel, I'll put what is his name, Palomeo. Because I rather have Palomeo chuck Travis Kelsey at the line of scrimmage, and let Merrick pick him up, and then have him rush the passer after that.
But I'm saying, what about with Brent? With Branch, if we're saying bring in Branch, if they were to bring in Brian Branch from Alabama.
Oh,
I
gotta watch more tape on Brian Branch.
Yeah. I'm not very high on Branch, actually, to tell you the truth.
So would you bring in a DB, a safety? Should the Raiders bring in another safety?
Bring in an extra safety.
I actually think they should bring like a 4th or 5th round safety, but I don't think safety is a big issue for them. I mean, at minimum,
Hayes was kind of thinking that way.
If they're unsure, they should probably bring back Harmon. Okay. See, Hayes already fucking believes in you, bro. Hayes is on your. Yeah, Hayes got your back.
I'll check out Mr. Branch probably later tonight and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like Rich said,
Hey, Hayes fucking agrees with me.
Right? No, it's just that's. Let's be real. The Raiders are playing against themselves. The Raiders are playing against themselves in all this, but they are trying to chase that gold standard. And until they are able to address their needs and kind of solidify, the personnel on their roster and stuff, we're still going to be chasing these Chiefs.
Right.
But this is the perfect draft to actually
do it, though. Right. We had every opportunity to do it.
We had the wrong people in control of it. We had the wrong people in control of the personnel stuff those past 5 years or 4 years.
Yeah.
They completely dropped
it. One thing we don't address, it's always brought up. There's never addressing conversation is the guys that we did draft to pick up that didn't work out well here, that is playing well in other places.
Everybody.
And then we always have this conversation of these bad picks, right? These picks that were awful. But we it's really an extensive conversation on these guys that end up working out other places.
So what you're saying is next year Clete Farrell is going to be the sack leader for the next 3 years? Is that what you're saying?
It's funny because I'm watching the game, and then out of nowhere I hear Jihad Ward's name. I'm like, oh yeah, It's like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's like,
He's still in the league.
how much of these bad picks were just guys that were misused?
Exactly. Well, that's pretty much it. It's just that the players are being misused. Like we're asking them to do something that we think that suits best for them in our system, but yet at the same time, we're not really playing to their strengths, you know.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that's what it really boils down to, and that all
Oh
falls
hell
back
no.
to just personnel moves and stuff, and that comes from your GM and your head coach on learning how to use their players properly.
I agree.
Because
I agree.
what was the direct quote? He doesn't like to be wrong. He's always right, or something like that, right? Was that the quote
Mm-hmm.
about one coach?
That was the quote. And you could kind of tell where some of those comments came from, man, because I was getting a little Hunter Renfro in some of those comments, a little bit of Max.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
Maybe
guys
quote from
realize that?
Jacobs, maybe one from quote
Did you guys
Colton too.
realize that Josh Jacobs never actually bought a house in the Bay Area? He stayed at Mark Davis's house because Mark Davis
Well,
moved to
I
Vegas,
said
right?
last week. I think he was the mole, but he was the mole for the team. You ever watch that show, The Mole? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or that series is pretty good. If you haven't, check that out. Check it out on Netflix. It's pretty good series. I want to raise one comment. Mr. Hayes said Tanner Muse even started for Seattle. You know, but I definitely think Jacob was the mole that kept Mark informed about Derek, which probably made him not, which uh, uh, it was little gasoline on what he already had felt about Derek.
Oh, for sure.
Hey, but you guys remember there was a comment that Derek made about certain players not I guess buying in or something like that, right?
Yeah,
It was in the
yeah,
middle of the
yeah.
season. So, and this is
Hey,
when
Dubs.
Waller
I sent the invite, bro. Don't trip. I got you, Doc.
I remember both Waller and Renfro were out, so I was trying to figure out who's he talking about because you can't really talk much about people who are injured, right?
Nope.
So I don't think he'd be talking about Jacobs or anything. But this was around the time when Neil Farrell, Cleveland, and who was the other defensive tackle that we got? They all got benched for that game and stuff.
Oh.
Who got that? Who had that? Who had that?
Oh.
That's so weird, man. That's so weird. For the simple. That's interesting. He's he's saying certain people aren't buying in, and there are there's evidence of him
They
not
got
buying in.
they got benched for something I don't know. Shoot, I forgot. It was what,
It wasn't
mid-November, early
like
mid-November.
conduct.
But it was something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it wasn't detrimental, but it was basically he
Like
had
a
an issue.
conduct deficit to the team, like one of
Yeah,
those
but it
kind of
wasn't
things.
detrimental. It wasn't detrimental.
Okay, so yeah, detrimental would be like watching porn or something on the
in the hotel room or something.
yeah.
Hey, sir, your bill's kind of high, man. What were you doing last
Right?
Marcus going, what the fuck is this?
Bro, your cleanup bill is pretty fucking expensive.
night?
You have to burn them sheets. I ain't gonna even try to wash them things.
Bro, see, but that's the funniest thing about Lombardi, right? He don't have to say nothing rude, nothing, anything else, dude. His daddy will take care of his fucking dirty work.
Right.
Can you throw that up? Can you throw Jesus comment up one time? Yeah. That's very interesting, man. That's very interesting, man. That's a very interesting perspective to for the person who has a lot of evidence of him not buying in,
Mm-hmm.
saying I was buying in.
Yeah, he
That's a
pointed
very
the
interesting.
finger. Yeah.
Sheesh, man. That was to be a fly on the wall, right?
Shoot.
So, I want to say congratulations to the Chargers for keeping their head coach. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate that. I didn't know you guys really. I didn't know you guys really cared about everybody else in the division like that. No one can. No one can say.
They're the real MVPs.
Yeah. I will never. I will never say you guys are selfish. You guys aren't even haters. Can't even call you guys haters. That move.
Straight
Oh
team
man.
players.
Hey, don't give hey, first of all, these Charger fans, first of all, they are some kind of special because I saw a post earlier today of a Charger fan in Kansas City saying, I'm here for revenge. Beat the Jags. In their full on Charger garb in Arrowhead today. I'm like, what is this going on here? I'm like, y'all, of course, you Charger fans would be the fan base that would, oh, you know what? They beat us, so I'm rooting for whoever plays against them. And if that's the Chiefs, I'll do it. I'm like,
Oh
man,
God.
you guys are goofy.
Are they new? Are they new to this? What? Wow.
Goofy.
If we call some kind of special.
Like, and this person had a sign too at the game. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, are you serious?
you're congratulations. You're a meme. You know.
Fuck it.
My
Hey,
gosh.
truly. Why are you gonna say congratulations? You're a me.
I mean,
You're a passed around section of fucking
yeah.
fucking
Everybody knows now.
propaganda.
Everybody, you put your IQ out there for everybody to see.
Right?
Oh man. Well, those poor guys. We'll call them the LA can't get rights. Just can't get right. They just can't. You sure with Sean Merriman? Maybe it was Sean. Maybe that was Sean out there. Oh my gosh. Oh man. It's quiet. Antonio Gates, man. Did he just ride off in the sunset? Just get turned down and
Bro,
hit the back door?
he ran off in the sunset, bro.
He went out the back door. Nobody saw him leave. Because out of all, well, I think Antonio Gates is a Hall of Famer. Is he? Is he? Is he? Or is he not? Hall of Famer.
No, he is.
Y'all got it. Okay.
Okay. Honestly,
Yeah.
I think he's a Hall of Famer. He whipped our ass so many times. Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, man. As much as I hated those Chargers, man, those teams were good. Like they were incredible to watch.
It just wasn't very well coached. They should have won championships. Tell the truth.
At least like 3 of them, man. Like the year that they went 14-2 and they got bounced out in the first round, I was like sick to my stomach. I was like, wow, how y'all do that?
And I think what a lot when they went to the Super Bowl 49 blew them out. They put up 50 something on.
Yep. And you want to know what's sad about that, like specific Super Bowl team? I heard like a lot of players from that team have passed away from like just freak accidents and stuff like that. So it like it's kind of weird. Like if you look up that Chargers team, yeah.
Yeah,
That's right, Mr. Hayes. That 2016 was no joke. I couldn't stand watching them in
they got a different.
California.
You're gonna have success, but you're gonna have success, but it's gonna end in heartbreak.
Yeah.
I don't even know why I laughed at that, but that's pretty cooked up. That's cooked up. We can make Hall of Famers, but
can't win championships.
Can't make champions.
Charlie, hey,
even MVP, right? Because Danny got MVP, right? Danny got
honestly.
Did Danny get MVP?
How many running backs would you prefer over LaDainian? Seriously, how many?
Not a lot.
Like in history?
In history, the whole history.
That's kind of hard, man.
I'm a Barry Sanders guy all day. I'm a Barry Sanders guy all day, and then and then
because I wouldn't take Barry Sanders.
Yeah, then Tyler Daniel.
I couldn't take Barry over LaDainian. I couldn't.
Oh man.
No, because
I don't know what
LaDainian cannot even run the ball. He can catch the ball and pass the ball. I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah,
dude,
but not behind Detroit. Not behind that Detroit.
I want to give him respects and love and all that shit. Come on now. I gotta tell the truth.
I do, but I don't know how much he would have did at Detroit off the line. I just don't know. I think Barry has more has so many yards. How many yards does he have going backwards before he went forward? to get forward. It's crazy.
I know he ended up with like almost 2,000 yards tackles for loss. I know that. I know that much. From running backwards, yeah. No, but Barry Sanders was the truth, bro. He was legit. I just think that LT just brought more to the game. I mean, like,
you know what? I bet if we'll play the if game, for the sake of it, Saturday night, relax, chill, everybody. All right, we can play the if game real quick. Let's put Barry Sanders behind the offensive line, behind Emmitt Smith's offensive line. Are those records going to be? Are those records still standing today? I'd say so. I'd say Barry has some records that are just stupid right now.
Out of between him and Emmitt Smith, yeah, I got Barry.
No. If you put Barry Sanders behind that offensive line.
Yeah. He blows out fucking every one of fucking.
He's at 200-yard games, right? Behind that, that man would have got close to 3. I bet he got close to 3 in his career if he played it behind the offensive line in Dallas.
That's funny.
All right, gentlemen, I'm gonna head out.
What happened?
I'm gonna head out.
Okay.
You guys have a good one.
You too. Good night.
What happened, Phil?
I say good night.
Oh,
Buddy was surprised you were still here, fool.
No, I had to dip out and go get some food. Is what happened.
Oh, fuck
hey,
you!
Hey, not playing too. We had to deal with Terrell Davis and LaDainian. Priest Holmes. We had to deal with Priest Holmes.
Oh, Larry Johnson.
Larry Johnson. Yeah.
Larry Johnson. Whew, man, after Priest Holmes, I just almost just cried because that was an animal right there. Are we forgetting? I feel like we're forgetting somebody.
Bro, who was the Denver Broncos fullback who ran the ball down our throats for a fucking minute? After fucking Terrell.
Oh, Jamal Charles. Whew, man.
Oh,
Boy.
Jamal Charles from the Chiefs. God damn, dude, Jamal Charles.
We have
Jamal
problems.
Charles used to kill us on screen passes, right? Kill the fuck out of us, right?
Pick up quick and poison, most likely with that one. Damn,
Christian
man.
Okoye. Damn, right? Christian Okoye.
I mean,
nightmare.
thinking of we could say our defense has been awful against the run, but look at who the fuck we had to deal with, though. That's to catch up to being able to just stop.
Not in the last 5, honestly, but not in the last 5 years. I mean, who have the Chiefs had in the last 5 years?
Well, because they had Charles.
Who was the Chargers had in the last? They didn't have.
They didn't have LT.
No, not in the last 5 years.
No, they didn't because he went to the Jets for a while. He ended his career after he played with the Jets for a little while. But it's, but shit. That just makes you think: what were they building? What were they building for then? Because it wasn't, okay. Because there's no Danian, there's no Jamal Charles, there's no who else we were naming? Who else we were coming up with? There's no Terrell Davis, just for the sake of throwing out that name. That's a little bit before what we're talking about. We were still bad against the run then. What have these Raiders done over these last years? What were they trying to figure out,
Bro?
What were they trying to get? What were they trying to get good at?
How little can we spend on defense? That's what they were trying to figure out. It'd be like, that's all I could figure,
Because then you had guys coming over stealing money for a while. That took place. I almost can't get that Warren Sapp's press conference out my head. Anybody remember that time better than I could? When we did have Warren Sapp, was it an organizational problem? Was it him that came to steal some money? What went into that? I can't quite remember that situation.
No offense. The defense was pretty legit. Remember, Derek Burgess led the league in sacks that year, and
Namdi
still there. Stu, I think that was Stu's last year, wasn't it?
Nah, I think Stu was there a little bit longer than them.
Yeah, Stu was still there, and so it really was. They had no offense.
Who was the quarterback at the time? Richard Pryor. I call him Richard Pryor, but
This nigga said
No,
Campbell.
those were in the
Campbell.
lawsuits. Was
Terrell
that
Pryor,
Andrew
bro.
Walter,
Terrell
No, not Terrell Pryor. I'm talking about Campbell. I'm talking about Campbell. I said it looked like him, not his name.
That was Terrell.
Who was that?
That was in the was that the Tuyasa Sopo Andrew Walter days?
No. This is way after 2 y'all sober, but that's Andrew Walter.
Bruce Gradkowski? Let Bruce hit it?
Yeah.
Was we letting Bruce hit it at that time? Or was Bruce after that? Yeah. Well, boys and girls, according to
hey, you see what fucking Roller Dubs put up here?
Breaking up
Dub,
show.
did you get the invite or not? No, because all these Warrior fans love to gang up on me, so
Hold on. Don't do this now. Don't do this now. Don't do this. Don't start talking this hoop shit now. Don't do this.
Because you just want to be like the show. Because it's just
people are gonna think that we're not cool when we start talking about this hoop shit. Don't do it, man. Don't do it, Rich. Don't.
All right. Got my new stay letter on. You mean? Hey. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna rock a new stay loaded shirt for the next like 4 to 10 weeks. You mean like that's what I'm doing.
Did you guys take care of Memphis the other night ago? I didn't watch the rest of the game.
I don't pay attention. I don't pay attention to fucking basketball right now, dude. Like I'm still bad about football.
Yeah.
Shit.
Okay.
The scuffle that Shannon got into with Jaws' dad.
Real?
So,
yeah. I seen that.
What happened with that? I've seen bits and pieces, but I have no idea. Let's get that out there too. Just a straight conversation.
So initially, Shannon was having a back and forth with one of the players on the Memphis, Dylan. I didn't want to remember what his last name is. I forgot, honestly. Dylan Brooks, actually. And so he was going back and forth with him. Then it escalated and went from him to Ja came over. Then after Ja, his dad came over and said something to him, and they was going back and forth, and he was talking some type of wildness to Shannon Sharp, and Shannon was telling him, "I bet you won't do shit."
Hey, to be honest, you know what? The older Shannon gets, the more I like him. He should have been a Raider. You know what I mean? Like, his persona is way too Raider to be a donkey.
Well, that's where 90% of the Raider hate comes from, is that they wanted to be one.
True that. Hey, but not only that, but he got the shit knocked out of him so much it got knocked into him. You know what I'm saying? Like, just saying, bro.
Nah, I feel it. But shit. No, so that's how it was. So they ended up separating, got into the town, talked it out, and said
really?
Later you saw Shannon put that shit out. Said, make no mistake, they didn't want to smoke. Don't let them fools fool you. They didn't want to smoke. I wanted all they had. I was ready.
It seemed like Memphis.
Taste fool you.
It seemed like, and thank you for the redundant, unwanted score, Hayes. Who had-
Look at haters
I'm playing, I'm
real
playing,
out here, bro.
I'm playing. But what this? Somebody said something about. I've just seen a lot of Sharp. Basically, Skip. Basically running Sharp. Hey, put your glasses back on. He do it. Yes, sir, boss. They all made it sound like it was on that kind of level. Anybody know anything about that, or should we just move on?
Move on. Let's just move on.
'Cause I can't bring myself to watch them kind of shows anymore.
Hey, bro. At this point, Skip is just happy that Shannon showed up to work on Monday. Let's put it like that. You know what I mean? Because he had lots of reasons not to. Verifiable reasons.
I'll give it to some of these guys, Acho, and some of people, the people that work with these people.
Acho's a weenie.
Come on. They're not afraid of. Nobody's afraid of getting punched. And that's things are being said and tempers and things like energy. The energy is like in all these years, I have not seen anybody get punched yet. So kudos to, or I don't know if I should say, I don't even know if that's something.
I actually missed the NBA when motherfuckers got punched.
But they talk a lot. Memphis is the new Houston. They're the Houston Rockets.
You mean?
Yeah, Memphis is like the new Houston Rockets. Like Houston, the Rockets used to talk a lot of shit and got
some soft ass Warriors. That's what you mean? Soft ass Warriors.
I told you, Rich. Let's not do this.
That's all Houston was. Houston.
Let's not do this.
Is a soft version of the Warriors. Tell the truth.
How soft can you be when you really play with no big men and you still go out there and win championships? But I digress.
No, sir. I'm not talking shit about the Warriors. I'm talking about the softness of the Houston Rockets. Not about the Warriors.
The sharp.
Oh, you saying Diet Warriors? You said you call them Diet Warriors?
About the fucking Warriors. I'm talking about the softness of the Houston Rockets. Okay.
All right. I got triggered real quick.
I understand you got triggered. You mean don't you talk my dubs and shit. You know what I mean? But honestly, like that's all Houston was. It was just a soft version of Golden State. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Like it, love it, hate it, fucking damn me. I don't care.
Oh man, I loved it when they went out there and missed like 20 straight threes or some shit like that. It's like that's what y'all thought y'all
shit, right? Some more stupid shit. All right. That's why they would always lose to the Warriors on some stupid shit, bro. How you miss 27 fucking 3-pointers, bro?
Hey,
motherfuckers who can dunk that shit for 90%. That was my biggest problem. Like,
it's like you're a fighter and your game plan is to out Mike Tyson.
You stupid. You're stupid, right? Because we all know when Hungry Mike hit you with that tiger, it was over with.
Yeah, it was over with. All right, we did talk about trying to get out of here at 10:30, so I'll run through some quick, and Rich said go ahead and run through some combat stuff. So I'll just actually just run through a couple of great knockouts of the day. Good fights, and Terrence McKinney, a guest that was on our show, took a devastating loss today. Usually you see in these kind of contests where either the ref calls it off before it gets really bad, or it got real bad really quick and it was over before the ref could even do anything about it. In this fight, Terrence got beat up and knocked out. You got it all. but but in all seriousness, I think he lost to a guy who's going to be a serious problem in Bonfim. He's going to be a serious problem. That man showed 3 levels of whatever the fuck you want to do. He is down. He is here for it. And the other one, we'll go with the females. Oh my gosh, I'm like drawing a blank on the name. You know, I wish Kay would come back to work because he could drop these names for us. But these 2 females, man, when I say there's you say somebody got their ass whooped and somebody got their ass whipped.
It's Andrade and Lauren Gordon or Holly or something like that.
Murphy or something like that. I kept calling her Bart.
I want to know the difference.
Murphy and Jessica.
Yeah. You know, I just kept calling her bar fight because she just looked like, she looked like a bar fight type of chick. But yeah, Rich, there's between get your ass whooped and get your ass whipped. And she got a whip. She got her ass whipped. If anybody don't know the difference between that, a whooping is like, whooping is like you're not fighting back. You're just helpless. She got her ass whipped. She was trying, but it just got worse and worse and bad for her. Yeah. Oh man. Right, Kane. Right. Man, we can get into that too. And Kane, I'll tell you what. I'll talk with my man Cade, and we may get an episode of Combat Lounge and really go into some of these fights. I'm just gonna run these down real quick before we get up out of here. Some of the ones that were just more exciting to the casuals, people like Rich and such that just likes to hear who got their ass whooped. So that was a great.
Goddamn, I gotta be the casual now, dude.
I mean, we're just using it as an example. As an example.
That's okay. That's okay. Y'all know that my channel is y'all channel. You mean sometimes y'all. Hey, if you gotta take over, big dog. Ain't no big deal.
It's all good. I'm just gonna mix it up a little bit. As you see, we start talking about the fight game. Here come Kane pop up.
Kingtown, what's up, fool? Hey, Kingtown, you like and subscribe? That's all I want to know. Yes, sir. But definitely, man, there's some good fights, man. Moreno, I gotta go back and watch that, man. And look how Moreno took care of business tonight. But man, other than that, man, we're gonna get Tank and Ryan, and we're gonna get a lot of a few other fights that we were looking forward to this year. And that's about it. Just for a quick update on the fight game. All right, check this out. We're an hour and 40. Goddamn, I can't even see that shit. I'm fucking so damn
43 minutes and 20 seconds.
43 minutes in. Dude, look, I am tired as shit. I love you, my
3 minutes, 10:30.
I love everybody else out there. Hey, I'm about to pass the fuck out because I've been up since 3 o'clock in the morning. Hey, check this out. After next week, dude, I'm gonna be spry. I'm gonna be ready and everything else. So, I love you guys. What the fuck is that?
My cat.
Truly? What is that?
What, this here?
The cup.
Yeah. A cup of what?
Bro, you don't ask about what's in the plastic cup. Mind your business.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
It might be some whoop ass. I might have to. You know what I mean? On your ass.
Hey, the animal's in the cage. I am home.
No Hennessy drunken either.
Oh, I'm not allowed anymore.
Right.
I moved on to a more refined liquid here.
All right. Hey, this motherfucker sitting here like this. Box of wine. Hey, I'm out. Hey, I love you, my brothers. Hey, thank you for showing up. Hey, thank you, everybody who came. Keep coming. Hey, we're just gonna keep doing this here, and I love you guys all. Let's go.